Hi, this is Yvonne, and I'm here with Donna Royse today, who is the principal of Lebanon Elementary School here in Lebanon, Marion County. And I'm sure she has a lot of good stories that she's heard from year to year from some of the students that she's had to deal with. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today, but then we're going to also talk about the fact that it's a career being a principal. We're going to talk about that and how you got started.
Okay.
So how did you get started, Mrs. Royce?
Well, I went to Western Kentucky University, majored in music education, taught music for a while.
What instrument?
I was piano major.
Piano major, okay.
Yes, and got out of school, started teaching music classes in Washington County. Then I moved to Virginia and taught music there for a while, came back. And in Kentucky, as most of us know, we have to have a master's degree or something within so many years of graduating. So I went to Campbellsville University and got my master's of music education. And I taught at St. Charles for several years, taught music there. Then after I had been in teaching and I decided to go on and get my rank 1, which is 30 hours above your master's, I felt like I had something else to do. Music was not, I love it, I still love it, but it wasn't what I needed to do. So I went to UK and got my rank 1 in leadership. And then I applied for several positions and finally found my home at Lebanon Elementary School.
That was great. You had a wonderful education. I know when you first started in school, or you were a little girl, did you have a thing for music? I know that was your first love, that music and piano.
Right. That's right. I started taking piano lessons when I was in the first grade. And my grandmother had a piano in her home, and that's where I would go each day to practice. And then it just became a love for me, and I was in band in high school and did all those musical things, and I just felt like that was my calling. And I'd play for church and sang in the church choir and did all those things.
That made it pretty easy for you then to determine what you were going to do, your love.
I never really had any questions about that. That was pretty much set. But I never thought at that time that I would become a principal of an elementary school. That was pretty far removed from my thinking at that time.
Well, I tell you what, being a principal probably has a little different from being your regular teacher. There are a lot more responsibilities. Tell us a little bit about that.
I think one of the biggest things that you realize when you become a principal is that everybody wants an answer quickly. There's no time to think. And they're constantly coming and going and wanting answers to questions, and you have to be able to think quickly on your feet, and hopefully you make the best decisions you can.
You become the resource person, right?
Pretty much. That's right. They, it's not just teachers, it's students, it's parents, it's people from central office, and, lots of people making demands on you, but that's part of the job. I mean, that's what goes with it.
That's what goes with it.
That's right.
Well, I know too that with this and being the principal, then you have a lot of responsibilities to the students and the teachers there that are in your school.
That's right. Right. I am, I'm the instructional leader, so to speak, and I try to help teachers as much as I can to kind of shelter them actually from a lot of the busy stuff so they can get down to the nitty-gritty of teaching in the classroom each day.
Wow. Well, I know when when you're little and you're in school, like the first 6th grades or so, they always say you don't want to go to the principal's office. If you do something really bad, you'll get sent to the principal's office.
That's right.
Yes.
Sometimes that is kind of a threat that they hold over their heads, but Lebanon Elementary is fortunate. We have great kids. We don't have major behavior problems like you see in the paper with a lot of schools in big cities. And so my job in that regard is not difficult. Sometimes kids break your heart. Things are not always good for them, and you kind of get caught up in that. But that's that's part of being a teacher,
Yeah.
as well as principal.
Now you guys stay really busy and I know that because the beginning of this month is Principals Month. You guys were swamped. I mean, I know that, Principals Month is the first day of May, but during that time, you guys are getting ready for the last day of school.
Well, not only are we getting ready for the last day of school, but we're also getting ready for the first day of school to start next year. So you're ending one and beginning another all at the same time. This year we had Bump Up Day, and you probably have heard about that through your news and other sources. And so all of our kids had to be ready to know where they were going to go next year and to put them in those classes so they could meet with their new teacher. And that was really a good thing. I think the kids and the teachers both enjoyed that, kind of getting to know their kids and kind of becoming familiar with their faces before the year starts next year. So it's a difficult process. May's hard. We're doing K-Prep testing during that time too, so there's a lot to take in during that time. So it is a busy month.
Yeah. I think they should give you a different month. I really do.
Well, it would be more time to talk to people like you.
To dwell on it,
maybe.
yes. Dwell on
That's
it a little bit, yes, and get your proper kudos. Yes, indeed. Well, I know too that as going from an instructor to being a principal, you've probably had a lot of experiences with a lot of different things, and you've seen a lot of changes. What are some of the larger changes that you have seen in your teaching career?
When I first started teaching a long time ago, kids were a lot different. They were still kids. Kids are kids, no matter where or who they are. But I think kids were more excited about trying to make you happy and make you please you, and now it's with all the technology and all the things that they are exposed to, it's really hard to sometimes get their attention as much as it was years ago. Technology has made a huge difference in the way teachers teach, the way kids learn. So not only are we teaching kids about math and reading, but we're also getting them to be wise users of the internet and those kind of things that we never had to worry about years ago. And that's a big important part, is to teach them to be safe when they get on the internet.
You're absolutely right. Now tell us, what do you see coming down the pike?
Well, I think one of the biggest changes coming down the pike is getting away from teachers doing the teaching, and it's going to become more of students taking charge of their own work. We're going to become a Leader in Me school this year for the first time. We've had other schools that have done that in our district, but this year we're going to participate, and I'm really excited about being able to see that change the way our kids think about taking charge of their learning, taking charge of things in school that maybe I've done in the past or someone else has done, and let them take the reins a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, I think, an exciting year for us.
Okay, the kids will have to take on a little bit more responsibility.
That's exactly right. And then teachers can be more of the facilitator and let the kids do more of their own learning.
Okay, well that sounds very interesting. I hope we can have you on later to give us
I'd be glad
give
to.
us some outcomes of some of the new resources.
I'd be glad to come back and talk about that.
Well, we want to congratulate you on Principals Month.
Well, thank you.
We're always glad to have you on the program to let us know what's going on.
Well, it's been a great year for Lebanon Elementary. We took the Dream Bus out and congratulated kids and trying to get them more excited about K-Prep and the work they've done all year. And we took the Dream Bus out and drove right up to their house and started playing the music loud, and the kids would run out and come out from other houses too, and it was just really a wonderful experience for all of us that participated. And we another thing at Lebanon Elementary, we always give away books every summer. We give 6 books to every child and try to help them over that summer slide so that they have something to read at home.
Fantastic.
So it's been a it's an exciting year, and I look forward to another one.
Okay. Now, will there be anything going on over the summer at the school?
There are a few camps. I'm sure people have seen these. They all were sent home for the Dream Academy this summer. So next week we have a camp called Move and Groove. Ooh. So kids are going to be moving and grooving at Lebanon Elementary next week. So there's different things playing throughout. So it's and plus we house the summer feeding program. Okay. So kids can always stop in during lunchtime and get them a free lunch and eat. They can, a lot of them are in walking distance, so we welcome them to stop in and get a good, nutritious lunch. Okay. And for those parents who are just hearing this, they do need to sign up for this? Is that no, they just walk in. Just walk in. They sure can. They can just walk in to get a lunch. Fantastic. They just walk in. A lot of churches use this for vacation Bible schools or whatever, but being located in our school, they can just walk in off the street and get a free lunch. Get a free lunch. Yes, it's wonderful. It certainly is. Well, listen, thank you for being with us today. Well, thank you for having me. Indeed. Appreciate it. Yes, indeed. And we want to congratulate you on Principal's Day and being a principal and some of the things that you had to do in order to get there. It's not an overnight thing, is it? No, it takes lots of years of experience and having experienced lots of different situations, and it's a very fulfilling job, though. Okay. And for all of those students out there who are graduated this year, and maybe some who don't know, what they want to do, I hope that by listening to Mrs. Royse today, you were able to get a little bit more information and maybe a little help, and maybe we've got some great teachers out there. I hope so. Yes. We need those. Yes, indeed. Great. Well, listen, thanks again. Thank you. This has been Yvonne McNary for Central Kentucky Television.